Hi, my name is John Sue and welcome to the Naked Real Estate series, How to Own Rental Properties Like a Naked Boss. Today's topic is the dark side of owning real estate. Yeah, it's not like all those late night videos where you're in luxury yachts and you're like, oh my god, I'm striking it rich, oh this is great. You know, there's a dark side to owning rental properties. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, right? But it's definitely fantastic because when you do watch the property go up and everything's going great, you know, things are fantastic. But it's got a lot of, got an equally dark side to it. Number one dark side that people mentally get it, but when shit hits the fan, you know, they're looking to get their diaper changed because they wet themselves. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about vacancies and a vacant property that is draining the life out of you, especially if you bought it at the top of the market. And let me tell you, when you got a lot of them, it's like a big ball and chain around your neck. It's vacant. It's a big negative emotional drain on you. And I'm not really sure how to give you advice on how to deal with it. You know, shit happens. That's part of life. That's part of owning real estate. It is going to go vacant. What can you really do about it is just man up to it, really. There's nothing else you can do about it. As long as you own it, there's that potential for it to happen. So that's one of the dark sides, is a lot of people mentally think they're ready for when the property goes vacant, but when it gets damaged and it gets vacant, that's how you see motivated sellers put their house on the market. They're like, just enough, I want to end the emotional pain. And that's the last thing that, last time that you want to sell a property is when you're motivated and the property looks like it's been damaged. You're selling at the wrong time. The second thing about the dark side of owning real estate is sometimes you run into not the hottest renters. And they're kind of like energy vampires. They'll suck the life out of you, especially when they don't respect you. They don't keep the property clean. You come in, you're like, oh my god, you know, it's not dirty enough that you can evict them, but it's dirty enough that it pisses you off, that you know you got to replace that new carpet you just put in. Yeah, anyways, don't ever replace carpet with carpet. Put in laminate. Laminate's indestructible. Don't put in carpet. It's stupid. It's just like hanging yourself twice. It's your own fault if you do that. But yeah, you're dealing with people with real problems. Sometimes boyfriends, girlfriends move out, and you gotta do the right thing. You gotta enforce your right as a landlord to sue them for the money, right? You can't be Mr. Nice Guy and let them off the hook, and next thing you know, guess who's paying for it out of pocket? You are. You're not a charity, right? But that's the dark side of dealing with renters. You know, it's a business of people, right? But it's kind of like this. When you enter into the agreement, they pay rent and keep the property decent, you provide them a good rental, right? As long as you do that, things usually go right. But sometimes, you know, it's the rental business. Shit happens. A third dark side that you won't realize until you've actually owned rental properties is it's a feeling of being, I guess, stuck, I guess, because you've got a mortgage, committed for 5 years, lots of them have huge bail penalties, so you're probably not going to pay it out, and it just feels like, you know, especially if you own a lot of real estate, it just feels like it's just kind of, you're stuck with those. You can't do anything with it. Sometimes you feel nervous of selling, and you want to sell, or if the market's going crazy, you want to sell, but really, it's kind of like one of those things. You just gotta manage your emotions. Once you've owned them long enough, you don't even think about them. They're just numbers to you. They just, I guess, after, you know, owning them for a while, you just become emotionally unattached from them, right? Because when you initially buy it, you're like, oh my god, so exciting. Got my rental properties. Then it gets smashed up a few times. You're like, son of a bitch. It's like a divorce that you want to end right away. So yeah, it's just the dark side of rental properties that you don't see in those TV commercials or that many people share is, yeah, it's fantastic, but it's got an equally dark side to it. That's like a heavy weight. And yeah, just kind of, you'll eventually, you know, be done with the bipolar thing, and then, you know, they'll just be there. They won't be a good thing or a bad thing. They'll just be an investment, right? That you don't really look at. You take care of once in a while when it needs it. But yeah, that was just, I guess, a dark side that you probably won't hear very often, but I thought I would share it with you because it's definitely a huge part of owning rentals.